Morning, Sean from Blue Ridge Silverhound. How you guys doing this morning? Well, you guys are probably wondering, what the heck is he doing today? This doesn't look like we're talking about coins, but that's all gonna change as of today once I find once I find one of these rare coins, these 1943 Lincoln cents. Apparently, NGC graded an absolute unique example of what is bound to be one of the off-metal coins that you hear so much about. The ones that sell for $100,000 or more. You know, you guys know those. But anyways, a collector 50 years ago in Portland, Oregon, found a really unique example of this coin that all of a sudden was, well, it was graded at NGC headquarters, a third-party grading service, who just the other day announced that they had authenticated such a coin. And believe it or not, it's not what you expected. So, a young collector in Portland, Oregon found this on the ground. So I'm determined to find my lion's share and find one for myself, so that way I could come away a big winner, if you know what I mean. Oh, I think I got something, guys. Whoa. Wait a minute. It's actually not a bad book. Have you guys checked this out yet? Huh. That's interesting. Weird. All right, let's keep going for it. Oh, whew. Man, it's a lot of hard work, but yeah, you guys are probably wondering, what's it worth today? Well, it's not really on the market. I think it's still in the family of the originating discoverer of such a coin, but it's unique. It's the only one out there, but are there more to be found? I think there is. I think there's more. Let's keep going. Whew. Gotta watch out for them little doggy road apples. But yeah, we're gonna kind of deep dive into it and talk about the coin. I'm gonna give you my reaction, kind of review it. Yeah, it could be interesting. It could open up a whole new door of possibilities for finding other coins like it. Oh, I think I got something else. Yeah. Oh, poo! 1983 proof set? Oh, well, I'll take it. Anyways, let's talk about it. So the coin, as reported by both CoinWorld and NGC, it's on NGC's site, the coin in question is not a 1943 steel cent, and it's not a 1943 copper cent transitional that you hear so much about. So, I kind of threw you guys for a loop, but believe it or not, the coin in question is actually a unique 1943, kind of like off metal. The composition is mostly aluminum, and it came back graded authentic by NGC. So, what the heck is going on here? Well, I don't know, but it does kind of bring up some other questions. Number one, I mean, is this a pre-1943 experimental strike? Which I'm kind of leaning towards. Experimental in the sense that we all know that the government was curtailing the use of any copper alloy for war use. So, if they were kind of experimenting with various other types of compositions, like, the one that was used obviously was the zinc-coated steel planchet that we're all used to. The aluminum seems like another kind of common sense option in the grand scheme of trying to find a solution that works well. Plus, it's also going to be economical, for the times. So, again, the collector had found this particular example. Actually, it's going to pop up on screen here in a second. Found it 50 years ago, right on the ground where he lived. And the other question, I guess, that really comes to mind is, how did this thing ever escape the mint? Yeah, that's a huge one. And did they not even care? Are there more in existence? It's kind of strange that one coin just all of a sudden just pops up, like it exists on the ground as if it was just magically placed there by magic wands and fairy dust. But this coin right here was retained for 50 years before anything was ever done to it, before it was talked about, before it was submitted to a third-party grader for authentication, for it to be tested by the U.S. Mint. These are all kind of the things that we're wondering, and I'm going to give you some of the information that's provided by Coin World, and I'm going to give you my reaction on all this. All right, So first of all, NGC, according to Coin World, is reluctant to specifically declare the piece experimental, okay, since no known documented evidence supports that particular claim, which is fair, okay? That's fair, because if you haven't heard anything from the U.S. Mint, it's kind of hard to deduce exactly what we have here. According to David Lanch, okay, that's NGC's Director of Numismatic Research, it's impossible to know whether the coin was struck intentionally as a test of the alloy or by accident during a normal press run of zinc-coated steel cents. Okay, sounds good. I believe the latter is more likely, but there's no way to determine that now. All right, so the thing here, as far as I can tell, is that the coin was never sent back to the mint. I would be afraid to send something back to the mint, with the possibility that this thing might be confiscated. It's kind of hard to say, considering that the 1975 aluminum sentence existed at one point, and a few of those were graded over the years, but. So this coin was recovered in 1969 by a gentleman by the name of Manuel Houston of Portland, or actually a suburb of Portland in Tigard. Okay, I've been there before. Nice little community. Houston was actually helping his father do some yard work. Say you do yard work and it pays off. Oh yeah, that'll be a quarter, Dad. No, how about a $1 million experimental test piece? Oh man, just the possibilities. The sarcasm is strong on this Friday. Houston said his interest was piqued in January 2019 when he read a story about the copper alloy. The copper alloy 43s that were produced. Houston said he had fewer than a dozen 43 cents, the same color as his discovery coins. So he had other coins to compare by. He used the magnet on each of them one at a time, all stuck to the magnet except one, sparking a search to discover what that coin was if it wasn't magnetic. So he did something really, really, really great in determining the authenticity of the coin. He sent it off to an assayer in which they conducted an analysis to determine exactly what the coin was, and the conclusion was it came up 86.4% aluminum, 8.4% antimony, 1.75% copper, and 1.02% vanadium, which is interesting. The coin weighs 2.7 grams. It's very close to the actual weight standard of the zinc-coated steel, so that we do know. So he sent it off to NGC, and when the NGC received it, they conducted their own XRF, is what it's called, analysis, and the assessment's result is recorded as the same as what was, done at AAA Precious Metals by Houston, and came up to the conclusion that this is a predominantly aluminum struck composition coin. Now, as you can see, the coin's beat up. Okay, it's I don't know if this is how it's over the years, just from being on the ground or usage. If it just truly was beat up, or if it was a coin that was kind of like damaged intentionally at the mint as a way of being canceled, although they didn't do a very good job at it. But anyways, this is an absolute rarity right here. As a matter of fact, it's unique. It's the only one in existence. And the cool thing is it really opens up the door for possibilities of another example to exist out there. Now, this one, found on the ground, I mean, it makes sense if you found it in a batch of steel cents. That in that case, it just feels a little bit more, real in a kind of like discovery sense. But anyways, this kind of really opens up the doors to other possibilities. The coin is nothing to scream home about in terms of its grade. Okay, it's damaged. It's XF details by NGC. What's cool is on the slab they wrote across. You can see right here. They wrote across the composition of the coin based on the actual kind of periodic table of elements on there with the SN for aluminum and so on and so forth. So it's really cool that they did this on this coin. Speculatively, it's hard to come up with a dollar figure. I would imagine this thing would be $1 million. Easy. Even in this condition, in this state, it would still be worth quite a bit of money. It feels like $1 million coin. If it was $500,000, it feels like a $500,000 coin. It feels like a very expensive discovery piece, okay? And it's going to remain as such until A, this particular example goes out into the marketplace, or B, someone else finds a second example, all right? So from here on out, I guess one way to determine if you have one is to really have a magnet and stick it on your coins. If you have a batch of these things, it's certainly worth a look. If this coin was absolutely 100% zinc-coated steel and it's been sitting on the ground in Portland, Oregon, out of all places where you get constant rains and overcast weather and the Pacific Ocean sea breeze blowing with all the salt air and everything like that, the coin would be toast, okay? But the mere fact that this one retained its overall condition and its status as being a coin, really proves that it's anything but steel. So definitely worth a look. You guys check it out. If you want more information, you can go on CoinWorld's website, coinworld.com, or check out NGC as well. It's a fun looking find, if anything else. And while the odds of finding one is like lottery big, I mean, you could literally win the lottery with this thing. And I don't know, it's crazy. I freaking love this thing. And I love when stories like this come up of true like treasure. Like, it's amazing. And, someone who's probably not really a big dedicated collector, Manuel Houston, went as far as to doing all the research himself, and he got curious, and curiosity paid off in a big way. He owns a unique coin that could be worth a ton of money. So I don't know. You guys search for this thing officially. Let's see if there's another one out there. Get your magnets ready. And NGC is grading these. Apparently, it's a brand new thing, I'm sure, for them. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Fun find, in addition to all the other fun finds out there. I'm going to give up searching West Point quarters and I'm going to look for this thing. Don't do that. But just know that this one does exist. So I want to thank everyone for joining in. Feel free to share and subscribe. Again, images courtesy of Coin World and NGC on this one. I want to thank you guys for joining in. It's a really cool coin. Oh my God. Definitely worth talking about. And you guys talk about it too. Would love to hear what you think. You guys have a wonderful day. Enjoy your Friday. Stay tuned for more, and I'll see you later. Take care.